Hey everybody, Grant with Renew Auto here. We'll do a quick walk around video of the GLE 63 and try to point out any imperfections, dents, dings, that kind of thing. Try to give you a really good idea of the condition of the car, just because all of these cars, they get shipped all over the country, and so I just never want there to be a surprise when you get the car off the truck where you live. And so starting at this front corner, I know the front end has this one ding right there on the hood, but that was the only one that I could find. There's a little chip somewhere. There, right there. Chip right there, and there was a small chip right there. You gotta be kind of looking for it, but you know, from a few feet away, of course, you can't see it. But I just want to try to point out everything possible. Front end is in great shape. Minimal, if any, rock chips at all. Like, I think there's maybe one right there. The front bottom lip is a little bit peppered, just from freeway driving. It's kind of consistent with age and mileage. Nothing too significant, but really good shape. No cracks or anything in the headlight lenses. Those are super expensive, so something to check. Moving to the front driver's side, not seeing any curb rash there. Oh, we got one little mark. I bet that was from when they were mounting these tires, because these wheels, I remember when I bought it, they were perfect. Don't mind, we just barely washed it, and so I've got a little bit of water dripping there, but they must have just barely nicked it when they were mounting the tires. Speaking of tires, they are brand new. When I got the car, there was just a little bit of wear on the inside edge, even though, which is common with these AMGs, even though the rest of the tread was looking good. A little bit on the inside. I didn't want the next person to get it and then, you know, shortly down the road find out they need new tires. And so went ahead and did 4 new tires across the whole vehicle, and then we also did a 4-wheel alignment. So it's just perfect, good to go, jump in, turn the key, and drive. Brakes, also very important to check. There's like no lip on there at all. And the caliper, or excuse me, the pads have got tons and tons of pad life left. And I'll have to check the records and see if these rotors were just barely replaced, because there's like no lip on them. And AMG brakes can be very pricey, so that's something worth checking. Moving to the windshield, again, there was a little teeny crack over on the passenger side, and it was small and not very noticeable and way out of the area that you need for inspection, so it passed inspection. But again, I didn't want it to get on a transport truck and be bouncing up and down on a truck on the whole way across the country to you and then have it crack or spread. And so just to be safe, I went ahead and replaced the whole windshield, brand new glass, so that's completely taken care of. See the windshield, or excuse me, the VIN number there, and we've got that little bit of leather that's pulling right there on the inside. You can kind of see it through the windshield. It's the best way to see it, because if you jump in when you're driving, you don't really notice it because it's kind of hiding behind the screen there. But if you look, you can see where it's just starting to pull right there a little bit on the dashboard. Again, not something you'd probably really notice a bunch, but I want to try to point out everything I can. Side view mirrors, no chips or anything there. I'm not seeing any dents on the driver's side or door dings. Let me check again from this side. Oh, those look good. Jumping back to the rear wheel, no curb rash on that one. And again, I think these rotors might be really recently replaced, because they are like no lip on them at all. Hopefully you can see just how clean and everything is underneath as well. No corrosion, no rust, nothing like that. This vehicle we bought from a personal friend of mine. This was his 4th vehicle, 4th or 5th, and so he used it for the family road trip, so it wasn't a winter car or anything for him. Rear end, I'm not seeing any scratches. Oh, let's see, we got a little scuff right there. I think that's about it. Maybe a little chip right there. Oh, never mind, a little piece of dirt. It does have the OEM Mercedes windshield wipers. The OCD nerds in us, like myself, really like those little details. Panoramic roof, the glass is in great shape, no cracks there. That is something worth checking, because I've had a lot of customer cars where they'll be on the freeway and a rock will come up and actually come up and crack this glass. And that's something that you don't notice until, you know, you've got the car a couple weeks later, you go and see it and then realize that those are really expensive panels. So something to check when you're shopping for these cars. Rear passenger wheel, no cracks, or excuse me, no, I'm still thinking about cracked glass. No curb rash on that wheel. No corrosion in the fuel cap area. Let me check for any dents or dings here. Oh, passenger side looks great too. This came from an enthusiast owner. He had a white AMG GTS, white G-Wagon. This was this little family hauler that he would use for long trips. He was a big AMG fan, so enthusiast owned, that's for sure. Let me start the engine too, and I'll pop the hood so you can hear that. See that there's no error lights. Let me get this door closed so we'll switch screens. $86,856 on the miles. Still have all of the factory markings across the entire front end and the hood, showing there's no evidence of accident damage or anything like that. I absolutely love, it's not really coming through on the video as I'm looking at the screen, but in real life, this really deep mocha brown with the deviated stitching just looks so good, especially the carbon fiber. I just love, love, love that dark brown. Super, super unique, very hard to find. But again, the previous owner, and he was a buddy of mine, he's got all white AMGs and they've got the brown interior, so he was pretty excited to get this one. It does have heated and cooled seats. Oh, and let me show you the 360 camera too. Oh, I've got to close this door. So 360 parking camera, which is very helpful. And then you've got your front end if you're pulling out into a tight junction, which is nice. You also have heated and cooled cup holders. All of your different driving modes, transmission shifting modes, everything there. Some inputs for music there. I'll show you that the panoramic roof works. Love the Alcantara headliner too. And then you've got sunshades as well. Turn that off for the sake of audio. All of the soft close doors work. It's a pretty expensive option back in the day that not too many people put on their cars, but when they go bad, they're expensive to fix, so that's something worth checking as you're shopping for these cars. It does have the rear sunshades as well as the rear climate control. These headrests do adjust as well. In the back, we've got all the floor mats. We've actually got a rubber all-weather floor mat for the cargo area as well. It does come with some wheel spacers if you wanted to. You put those on the wheels to make a little bit slightly more aggressive stance with the wheels and tires if you like. You have the spare hiding under here as well. And then you got the cargo cover too, so that will go across and cover all of your cargo if you want. Power close works. Show that the soft close operates. Oops, I locked it. I'll try that again. Well, I mean, it does have keyless entry and locking, which is nice. All the power seats, front, forward, backrest, all function. Illuminated door sills too with the AMG logo, which is a nice touch. Just a really, really cool car. I mean, who doesn't need a 570 something plus horsepower family hauler? I think this thing is just awesome. Really, really clean. If you want extra pictures of anything at all though, any extra videos, anything that I can demonstrate, don't hesitate to reach out. My first name is just Grant. My email is grant@renewauto.com, or you can just text 435-278-8915 and we'll talk to you then. Thanks.